Okay. Do you know who I am? Not Trey. Now that sounds goofy. I'm God. Now what I'm doing, I'm possessing Trey's body. Okay, all that smart stuff you hear from Trey, it's coming from me. Okay? I know that sounds crazy, but you gotta ask yourself, where are these miracles coming from? They're coming from God. I possess Trey's body. Now Trey is alive. He's here. He can hear everything. He can talk at any time. Okay? But I want you to know, Madison, I'm very proud of you, daughter, for how you've been treating my son. Okay? I know your mother went against you and she thought he was crazy and there's something wrong with him. But you found miracles on your own and you realized Trey wasn't a liar or a nut job. Now here's the deal. I want you to realize I want you to make Trey famous. Now, I know you don't feel comfortable doing it without MTV giving approval, but I don't want you to wait on MTV. One of these days, I'm going to give you the word when to do it. Now, I'm going to do a miracle so you understand this is really God. Okay? That sound is a heater, so Trey doesn't have to spend money on electric bills as much. Now you can hear me. Now here's the deal, Trey. I want you to realize Madison is in love with you. Not just a little bit, but a lot. Okay? She thinks about you when she goes to sleep a lot. You do know what I mean when I say she thinks about you, right? Yes. She really does think about you a lot. Now here's the deal. I want you two to start flirting online. Back and forth. Now Madison, it feels uncomfortable doing that because she doesn't want people wondering why is she talking to a weirdo. Okay? You don't look like a weirdo, you just look like a nerd. But it's not a big deal because no one's going to see the video just yet. Her mother says, Madison's mother, that she shouldn't flirt with you at all. And the reason why she says that is because she's angry at how you talk to her. Madison's mother thinks you need to date her also to make her feel comfortable with you dating Madison. Madison's mother is not a nice person. She thinks she is because she'll help people. She's very similar to your father, Trey. The reason why she's not married is because she's not a nice person. She gets attitudes all the time. She's really nice to her kids, and that's a good thing, but you can't just be nice to kids. You gotta be nice to everybody. That's the mistake she's making in life. Now, Brecky, I'm very proud of you also. You took it upon yourself to find signs and miracles that point to you being supposed to be with Trey. Okay, Madison did the same thing. I'm proud of that. But what I want you guys to know, you can't act like you don't know Trey. You can't keep doing that. Now, Trey is not mad about this. He's a mature guy. He knows you guys got careers and you don't want people thinking you're weird. But what I'm talking about is not saying his name. You know, that would be a good thing. You don't have to do that. Just flirt with him like you know him, like Brecky's been doing. But Madison doesn't want to do that because her mother says she's going to destroy her career. That will not happen. Why am I asking you guys to flirt with him? Because you're in love with them. Well, see, you guys are dependent on MTV to do everything, right? You want MTV to tell you when it's okay and when it's not to. So when you flirt with him, MTV legitimizes him as your husband because he's famous on TV through MTV. That's what you're wanting. Legitimacy that he's a star through MTV. Not flirt with just a regular guy. I understand that. What you guys have to see is how to make Trey a star without MTV telling you when it's okay. Trey is telling you he wants to be in Hollywood now, but you're waiting on MTV. The plan Chris McCarthy, the CEO of MTV, has come up with is not special, and you know it. He's acting like it is, but it's not. What Chris is coming up with is something very mundane, and he's just throwing money at the problem. But it's not even that much money. Do you realize Chris is underpaying Trey by a lot? Okay? If he's not paying Trey billions, he's underpaid. Millions is not gonna cover it. Okay? If he comes up with millions when he gives him the contract, Trey's gonna turn it down and ask for more money, guaranteed. That will not change. I will not let Trey go into Hollywood underpaid. Now you're asking yourself, how is Trey worth billions of dollars? Then how is Pat Mahomes worth $500,000? That's $500 million. And the only thing he's doing is throwing a football. It's not like Trey is not going to become more famous than Pat Mahomes. We know he will. So you got to ask yourself, what's going on? Now, here's what I want to know. Who here wants to date Trey first? Jessica. But Jessica is not flirting with Trey like she should be. Now, why isn't Jessica flirting? Because MTV told her not to flirt. Okay? Chris McCarthy at MTV said, if you flirt with Trey, I'm going to fire you. That's what she basically heard. So she's afraid to flirt with Trey. Tell me, are you that afraid that Trey is not going to pick you up? Do you think Trey's going to say, fuck that bitch, I'm not going to pick her up? You really believe that? As much as he's flirting with you, you believe he doesn't love you. He told you how to make money. He told you he's going to pay for your parents' retirement. He flirts with your sister with your permission. That's kind of funny, I know. He's never lied to you. Never lied to you. Well, the truth is, the reason why none of you, the ride or dies of Trey, okay, the reason why none of you flirt with them is because I'm controlling you guys. Yeah, this is God still talking through Trey. The reason why none of you can muster up the strength to talk to Trey without NT's permission is because I, God, am controlling you. God is real. All those signs, the 1983s and the 2016s and the 33 years old signs, that's real stuff. You can't deny it. When you try to do it in your own life, with your own experience, it doesn't work, does it? Now, older people, they're always going to say it's just a coincidence because they can't explain stuff. That's just what they do. Okay? It's sin to be a baby boomer. Okay? It's a blessing to be a Gen Z person. Okay? It is even more of a blessing to be Jesus, which Trey is. Now, the Antichrist stuff is confusing people. What Antichrist means is that Trey is evil to evil people. So to evil people, Trey is the Antichrist. He's not gay or bi. He's 100% straight. And to good people, Trey is Jesus Christ. I know it's creepy to have this type of duality, because then you're asking, the government's like, okay, if you're the Antichrist, then you're going to try to destroy the world, so you're going to break the law. No, he doesn't break the law. He's so intelligent, he can beat people with ice cream if he has to. Okay, a fun way to put it. Give him strawberry ice cream, he'll beat you. Look, Trey is going to become the king of the entire world. Okay? This will stretch far beyond Earth. It will stretch into the world of worlds, or the multiverse, as nerds call it. All the universes, Trey is going to be the king of everything that you see. Everything. He'll even be the king in heaven. I know that's crazy. Like, why does one person get all this? It's because Trey is the best Jesus of all time. I'm not going to get into what that means, because the older people don't know what that means. That's going to be creeping them out. But look, I'm going to tell you something really crazy. This is God. Nah, nothing creepy about to happen. Let me tell you a miracle. The miracle is how Trey makes money. See, Trey talks about businesses all the time, but what's going to end up happening is he's going to make money from just ideas, which people say you can't make money that way, but he does. Or he will. How's that work? The wise have discussed this with Trey before. Basically how this works, Trey gives an idea, pays for the idea to be made, and then he gives the rights or ownership to the company or the business owner that works on the idea for him. And Trey owns nothing. But what Trey gets is paid 3% royalties for life from that one idea. And that's how Trey can make money without having responsibility. So he can go have fun and do whatever he wants. And then people who are inspired by running businesses, they do all the work that they always wanted to do. I don't want Trey working. Okay? So Trump, do not pass laws that cause Trey to have to work. I don't want him doing that. Okay? He'll work a little bit just so the psychologist understands that he's normal and can hold a job. But I don't want him working major hours. I don't want that. Okay? Trey, don't worry about your parents. I'm controlling them too. They don't realize that they're being controlled. I got him so powerful, you think it's you, but it's not. Why is it wait on the video? But I want to talk some more. One thing I've noticed is that Farrah is getting obsessed with Trey. This is a very good thing. Now, why I say obsessed? She's looking for signs a lot because she wants to feel the connection to Trey. The signs, some have been made, but not all have been made yet. Why not? Why not now? All of them? Because I want Farrah to figure out how to flirt with Trey. That's what I'm waiting on. Now the local wives are the super huge titty crew, as Trey calls them. That's Isla, Rila, and Lena. Hey guys, it's God. The reason why Trey's not talking to you guys It's not because he doesn't love you, which you don't think that's the issue. It's because you're not flirting at all. All you're doing is showing up to the computer and looking at it and laughing. Okay, so that's why he's not flirting with you guys. But I control you all so you don't leave. Okay, or you would try to. Now, I want you guys to know I'm going to demand that you guys flirt with Trey through Brecky, Madison, Amanda, not Sloan, even though she's a wife, not Haley, even though she's a wife. Okay? That day is coming soon. I'm going to start demanding it, and I'm going to force you guys to do it. Now, Chris McCarthy of MTV, the CEO, what he thinks is going on with Trey is that he's really smart, but maybe he's gifted beyond measure by God. But he's not really Jesus, is what he's thinking. The reason why you don't think he's really Jesus is because he don't look like Jesus. And he said the Bible doesn't say he's coming back as black, so using common sense, that means he can't be Jesus. But what Chris fails to realize is that Trey is making miracles happen, and he doesn't have an explanation for that. Chris is really an evil person. Okay? But the reason why I keep him in his job, because I want Trey to realize, no, I want the world to realize I even had to save Jesus one time. So people realize I'm the powerful one and Jesus is second best to me. Now that doesn't offend Trey, okay? I like Trey a lot because he's easy to work with. One of the qualifications to be Jesus is to not be annoying. Everyone's like, oh, I could have been Jesus. No, you couldn't have been, because you would have been sinning. Now here's the deal. I want Madison to tell her mother Trey is Jesus.